Hey, aloha, this is Harry from Harry's Guitar. Today we're going to do part 4, the final part of El Colibri, Flight of the Hummingbird, the song that made me learn all kinds of crazy right-hand stuff and fell in love with classical guitar. So if you like the show, please subscribe, tell your friends, put a like to it to help the channel. Here's a close-up. Okay, we're going to continue with part 4, the ending of El Colibri. So here's the first chord. This is a B flat diminished 7. These 4 notes with these fingers. I do with one finger to a string. You can hit it all at the same time, or you could roll it. So rolling it means I'm doing it in this order. By grabbing all 4 strings, I kind of roll my wrist that way. And this chord rings for 4.5 beats, like it's written on the sheet. Okay, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 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 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now, all the way from this chord has 4 notes. All the way up to here, it's the same 4 notes. So I used to sit in the hallway at school, at college, playing this same thing over and over for hours, you know, but I had to memorize it first. So first thing is you play these 4 strings and you count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. While it's ringing, to get me ready for the next one, these 3 fingers get prepared on these 3 strings. I'm holding it. And your next goal is to play, I bracketed in blue ink, and to N. Notice I put P, thumb. You're going to do the 1st fret, hammer on, and play this with your thumb. I keep my 1st finger there because what happens is when I play that note, it kind of triggers this bass note to ring again. So this is on beats and to and. So visually you want to remember what these 2 look like, okay? So far, if you put that too much together, you got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and, okay? The next one, my fingers are already on these 3 strings. Your goal is to see this shape on the left hand, and this is 3 and 4 and 1. You want to see the shape. So I surrounded it with blue ink. So it tells you exactly what fingers. First I use my index on open. I hammer on my ring finger, that's 3, and while it's ringing, my middle finger plays the 2nd fret note, ring finger plays open, and then my middle finger plays the baby finger on the 3rd fret. So you want to count this as 3 and 4 and 1. So you want to memorize both hands exactly as written. 3 and 4 and 1. Studying these kind of detailed things is very good for, I call it Alzheimer's preventive medicine. It's hard stuff to memorize. So you have to fight for it. 3 and 4 and 1. You know, this is not for beginners, but I mean, you know, being a beginning guitarist is probably, beginning for anything is the hardest, right? You just got to stick with it. You have to love it so much that you practice a little bit every day. For your kids, you know, you have to practice without mom and dad reminding you. If mom and dad have to remind you, you ain't gonna do it. It has to come from within. Okay, so far we got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So actually, I used to just play 4 beats at a time. So you could start from this one, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And that's what I used to practice in the hallway. I would just sit there and go and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Oops. And gradually it will get faster. But it's not the speed. It's about seeing this pattern there and this pattern. Yeah, and you want to do it so that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay? Now in the next blue area, Now we're going to switch to thumb on the third string, and your left hand changes to your middle finger, and you want to remember this shape. And this is and, two, and, two, and, three. So this is thumb, hammer, index, middle. Yeah? So this is and, two, and, three. You want to remember the shape. So if I take it from here, and, two, and, you want to see those two shapes, then 3 and 4 and 1, you want to remember that shape. Now we change to thumb, and, 2, and, 3. The reason he used this fingering is so now my ring finger is now free to move to the 12th fret. So here's the next blue area. This is, on the right hand, it's going thumb, index, middle, ring. So I'm building this chord one finger at a time. So this is and, 4, and 1. So you want to see the shape. And the reason is, and, 4, and 1, the first finger comes off. These three fingers, if I keep track with the pinky, my pinky is on the 12th fret right now. These three fingers move to the 15th fret. And I put my thumb on the 4th string. And I continue with my right hand going thumb, index, middle, ring. And that's on beats. And, 2, and, 3, and, 4, and then while it's ringing, and 4, and this baby finger moves 4 frets up to the 18th fret. And this note rings for about 3 beats. So let's see, and 4, and 1, no, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and. So all the way to here, it's the same chord as what you started. So, and you know, so I would loop those 4 beats like this. I would go and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. So that's the kind of stuff I would just sit around for hours doing. So here we go again. Let's see. So this is the beginning of today's lesson. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 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 1, and 2, and 3, and. Now here's the last part. This is 4 and. You got to learn this pattern. I'll show you the pattern. 4 and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and. If you memorize that pattern, you're going to see it repeat 3 times. So I start with my ring finger on the 4th beat. Then 1 fret above, I have 1 finger to a fret for 4 beats, 4 frets. And then I go 1 fret lower, I go 5 frets apart. The baby finger goes down 2 frets, 4 frets apart, and I end up with the baby finger on the next string, because then I start the same pattern on the next string with my ring finger, and that's the same note as what you did here, and you're going to notice the same kind of idea. 1 fret up on the same string, 4 frets apart, 1 fret lower, 5 frets apart, 2 frets lower, 4 frets apart. Your baby finger ends up on the next string, and then you start with the next string with your ring finger, and that's the repeat of the same other things that you did. 4 and 1, 4 frets apart, 5 frets apart, 4 frets apart. Okay, so starting from here, you count 4 and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 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 and 1, and 2, and here's the last part. You're actually starting on the 3rd beat. This is your E minor chord. I have my fingers on the first 3 strings prepared so that I could do thumb, hammer, thumb, thumb, index, middle, ring. Notice I put the E minor and the line across. I'm holding the chord up to that point. This 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. While everything is ringing, I kind of put my middle finger, first finger. You got to kind of memorize that. So you want to go 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. and 4 and 1 and 2, middle finger, and then I do a harmonic on the 19th fret. Some people play the 19th fret. You could do that, but I do the same note by just touching the fret on the 19th fret and causing that harmonic. So all the way to there is the same chord. This is an E minor chord. So it's a pretty cool thing that he wrote. So 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and harmonic on the 7th fret. I use my ring finger. My right hand is picking string is 1, 2, 4, and 6. So you can hit it at the same time or roll it. And last chord is harmonics on string 1, 2, 3, and 6 on the 5th fret. And that's an E minor chord. Okay, so this last part is 4, starting with the ring finger on the 12. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 4 and 1. Okay, so let's do all of today's lesson, okay? So I'll count about this speed. 1, let's see, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and